Six of the NFL, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Browns and the Bengals, next on Madden Football.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They will throw on first down with Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Now it's Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. A little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Burrow will throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be out right at the 35. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Mayfield now. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. First down, Cleveland. Mayfield to Beckham.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper.
And he is going to have the Browns first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That throw is not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Mayfield on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condemned.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 22.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now they go play action now. Burrow under pressure, and he will go down. Sat back at the 38. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They run for it with Mixon. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Burrow.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Big 13.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Burrow on 3rd down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now Mayfield on 4th down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Von Bell. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. 1st down. Here's Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Dumps it off to Mixon. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
McPherson's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the 3rd. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow, he's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. Mayfield looks to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he is going to have a Browns first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had the play diagnosed perfectly there.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Mayfield. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Mayfield now from the 50.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he's got this down to the 35. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns first down. A give. This is Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. They'll run with Chubb. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns might be moving closer to an elusive 2nd win of the year as they extend that 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in when they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 105 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Hayden Hurst, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals on just 2 plays have taken the lead. That's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch in the end zone from your tight end.
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I thought, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. And he won't get all the way into the end zone as he's out of bounds, but not before getting it down inside the 10. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb. A 9-yard touchdown run. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard. line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Browns. Down by 11, 1:09 to play. Mayfield to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He's got Landry. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Here's Baker. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Mike Hilton. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Now Joe Mixon. Mixon with a 1st down and more. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. A gain of 3, 2nd down.